Taking a look at local news now, Border Paws Animal Shelter is holding their flagship fundraiser today. The jail and bail locks notable community members in cages with the hope residents will bail them out. And our very own Shelby Clark needs some help.
Let me out of here!
The funds raised through this year's fundraiser goes towards the day-to-day operations of the shelter, helping to care for their animals. For the community members taking part in this year's event, they're excited to see the community come together to support a good cause.
It's phenomenal. Like, we don't have words. Like, anything to help these animals, like, get that second chance at a better life after they've been given such a rough start. There's no better way than to see all the money just rising up for such a great cause. This is my favorite fundraiser in Lloydminster.
Border Paws are preparing to move to a brand new location, and that's where this year's jail and bail is taking place. They have a goal of raising $25,000, and as of earlier Friday, they are already halfway there.
Like, we were kind of thinking it was going to be a slow start, and this morning we got here, there's people here already before we had even started opening, so the response is just overwhelming from the community. We really appreciate the support from everybody.
And you can still make a donation on the Border Paws website or by heading down to their new location. The Canadian Western Exhibition was last week down in Regina. With more on the show and the rest of the cattle report, here's our Thomas Wildman.
Well, thanks, guys. Starting off last week, we went to Derek Westman's place to do a preview of his commercial heifer sale, and that sale ended up averaging just over $2,900. Heifers went all across Canada to Saskatchewan and even out into Ontario and BC. And so he had a really great sale, and he thanks us so much, and we are so happy for him to have a great sale last week. In terms of northern livestock sales, for the week of November 27th to December 3rd, they had 4,000 head on offer. For young cows, they had a range of 95 to 115. D1 to D2 cows were 70 to 85. D3 cows were 50 to 65. Slaughter bulls were 100 to 122. Then looking at good steers, from 300 to 400 pounds, they were 290 to 332. 400 pounds to 500 pounds were 280 to a range of 305. 500 pounds to 600 pounds were 255 to 280. 600 pounds to 700 pounds were 240 to 255. 700 pounds to 800 pounds were 235 to 245. 800 pounds to 900 pounds were 225 to 235. For good heifers, 300 pounds to 400 pounds were 225 to 260. 400 pounds to 500 pounds were a range of 220 to 255. 500 pounds to 600 pounds were 210 to 225. 600 pounds to 700 pounds were 200 to 220. 700 pounds to 800 pounds were 197 to 210. 800 pounds to 900 pounds were 197 to 210. And 900 pounds to 1,000 pounds for a range of 190 to 205. And then the final big fall show for all of Canada, Canadian Western Exhibition, took place, of course, last week. I got to go down for 3 days to see all of the cows and see a bunch of our breeders from here and around Lloydminster, as well as a few of our viewers came and talked to me. So I very much appreciate all of you guys coming and talking to me. I love getting out to those shows as well. Lots of our breeders did well. Of course, Twin Springs and Black Gold Simmental completed the three-peat. They got the Grand Champion Simmental once again in the show, but they weren't unfortunately able to win the Grand Champion Supreme. They were, of course, in the top 10 as well. Payne's Livestock were successful with some of their cows that were down there. They, of course, had the Grand Champion Bull down at here in Lloydminster. And of course, all of our other breeders did quite well in all of the breed shows as well, some of them coming home with champions and some of them not. And that's going to do it for this week's Cattle Report. For Primetime Local News, I'm Thomas Wildman.
And now for an extended look at weather, here's Abby St. John.
Thanks, Jace. Taking a look at your current temperatures is around -8 currently with some mix of sun and cloud. It was nice to see this day is a little bit warmer than what we saw earlier this week, which is always a nice break. It feels around -12 with that wind chill, so not too bad. That wind coming in at 7 kilometers per hour. So it's nice that it's a little bit warmer than it was at the beginning of the week. We'll definitely take what we can get during the winter season. Across Alberta, -4 out in Edmonton and Edson. So it's warming. it's a warm across the region. -5 in Athabasca at Whitecourt and Rocky Mountain House, -9 in Red Deer, and -2 out in Jasper. So it's fairly warm out in Jasper. And then on the Saskatchewan side, also a little bit warmer, -5 in Saskatoon, -9 in North Battleford, -7 in Melfort, and -8 in Prince Albert. And then the coolest in Meadow Lake at -12. And then taking a look at your southern or northern temperatures rather, Fort McMurray -5, -13 out in Fort Chipewyan, -16 out in High Level, -9 in Slave Lake and Peace River, and -7 out in Grand Prairie. So even they're looking a little bit warmer. -20 out in Stony Rapids on the Saskatchewan side, so a little bit cooler. -15 in Wollaston Lake, -14 in Laloche and Buffalo Narrows, -16 in South End, and -12 in Flin Flon. And then current temperatures down south, 1 out in Medicine Hat, 0 in Lethbridge, -4 out in Calgary and Banff, and then -7 in Coronation. And then on the Saskatchewan side, -3 in Swift Current, -4 in Moose Jaw, -9 in Regina, -10 out in Yorkton, and -8 in Estevan. Taking a look at your overnight forecast across the region, we are cooling off overnight. -17 in Provost, Isle Cross, and Paradise Hill, with partly cloudy skies except out in Provost, where you're going to see quite a clear evening. -20 out in Bonnyville, so definitely make sure that your cars are plugged in with that cloud coverage as well, and it will the cold will be increasing. And then -16 in Meadow Lake, clear and with a little bit of cloud coverage overnight. And then taking a look at other regions, Myrna -18, a little bit of cloud coverage. It's fairly clear out in Unity and Wainwright overnight, but those temperatures will drop to -20 and -19. And then out in Pearson, it will drop to -24. Out in Calgary, it will only drop to around -12, so fairly warmer in Calgary with a little bit of cloud coverage throughout the night. And then here tonight in Lloydminster, we'll drop to -19. We'll stay mainly clear skies, just a little bit of cloud coverage, so that's very nice. But that wind will pick up to 13 kilometers per hour, so it will feel a little bit cooler, so definitely make sure you're staying warm and your cars are plugged in if they need to be. And then tomorrow, your hourly forecast for Saturday, around 6 a.m. to 8 a.m., it will be around -18, and then it'll progressively warm up throughout the day with -17 at around 10, and then getting into your afternoon, it'll be around -15, and then again, it will increasingly get a little bit warmer, -14 around 2, and then into your evening, it will stay around -13 until 10 p.m., where it will be at around -11. And then for the next 7 days over your weekend, we'll have a nice, fairly sunny sky on Saturday with a high of -11 and a low of -13. And then the clouds will pick up on a Sunday, but it will be around -8 for the high and then drop down to -20. To start your week off on Monday, a low cloud coverage, but it will be at around -18 for your high and -22 for your low. And then we'll have a fairly sunny day on Tuesday. Unfortunately, our high will be at -21, so it will be a fairly cold day. Hopefully the wind isn't too harsh. And then on Wednesday, we'll have a fairly cloudy day, but it won't be as cold as on Tuesday with a high of -11. And then on Thursday, a mostly cloudy day, but it will be -8, so it will be a fairly warmer day on Thursday. And then to wrap your week off on Friday, low clouds, but it will be fairly cold with a high of -14 and a low of -21. That is a look at your weather forecast. We'll have more news coming up after the break.
I'm happy to be joined with Jeff Brown, the Dean of Agriculture at Lakeland College, and they've received recognition for their agriculture and Indigenous support, along with the Aztec Award. So thank you so much for joining me today, Jeff.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. Now, first, I would like to start off by congratulating you and the college for these awards. Tell me a little bit about what the award is.
Sure. Well, it's the awards. We actually received 2 awards, one for our agriculture student managed farm model, and then the other is for our Indigenous supports. So 2 distinct ones in our region, and we're really proud. It's an organization called Technology Alberta that puts out the awards. Their mandate is to celebrate Alberta science and technology organizations within the province. So yeah, we received 2 of them in a couple different areas. Ours, of course, is for our educational model, the student managed farm powered by New Holland, which is I think many of us in the region would kind of know what that's about. The students would take agriculture for the first semester as per a regular ag school, and in the second year, they take a course in each semester where they actually run one of our farm units. So it's a really novel student-led model for our education that has really caught on. We're doing a lot more student-led models across the college, and actually it's even extended. I was on a trip to Ghana in October, and they've actually started implementing this model in their ag colleges in Africa as well. So something we're really proud of on that side. And then, of course, also I want to put a shout out to my colleague Ricky Ducharme, who's our manager of Indigenous supports at Lakeland College, and she also won an Aztec Award as a community champion for Indigenous services on that side as well. So it's a pretty cool team that we work with, and it's fun coming to work every day.
That sounds fantastic. Now, Lakeland College is known for being very hands-on and student-led. How important is that for the college to continue doing?
Yeah, well, it's I think it's essential, and it really underscores our commitment to employment pathways for our graduates, and it ties us into industry, I think, really well. So we've been fortunate. Advanced education in Alberta has really prioritized work integrated learning and employment outcomes, which kind of ties right into our mandate and what we've been doing for years here. So I just think this student managed farm model, it's a partnership with New Holland, which kind of underscores how connected we are to industry. But I think it's essential for all post-secondary, just with the skill shortages that are out there in the agriculture and other sectors, to really be connecting students with employment pathways and trying to get them prepared more quickly. I think it's really important for Alberta's economy and Canada's economy on that side.
And to receive these awards and recognition, what does that mean to the school?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think it's just really good recognition, of some hard work. I mean, it's been a really tough couple of years. We've gone through I won't say the word that everybody doesn't like to hear anymore, but of course, when we're not operating as per normal, there's been a lot of hard work, and I think everybody's feeling a bit drained, as maybe they would be in a lot of other industries and sectors and that sort of thing. So I think these awards are really important just to try to celebrate our accomplishments and what we've done on that side. I know with Ricky as well, she's super excited to receive her award, and I think that's just great recognition for some of the stuff she does here at the college to support our Indigenous learners. And the programs that we would offer on that side. So I think it's just a little bit of a nod to kind of encourage everybody and kind of keep everybody motivated and inspired, in something that we do that we think is really important.
Is there anything else that you would like to add in regards to the recognition and awards you've received?
Well, just a real thank you to everyone to us, I think the most important thing is our teams that we work with. We're really fortunate to have a great culture in our organization, and I just really want to thank all my colleagues and coworkers that kind of help to make things successful on this side. They really are team awards, I think, and great recognition for a lot of people that put in a lot of hard work every day.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, and congratulations again for the awards and recognition. Lakeland College is a fantastic institution, and these awards and recognition are very well deserved.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Coming up tomorrow night is a hockey game that's raising funds to support the fight against cancer in the Lloydminster Region Health Foundation. The Lakeland College Kings Energy Group women's hockey team, they're going to be on the ice taking on some all-stars from our area, all to raise funds to fight cancer. Puck drop is 7 o'clock tomorrow night at the Russ Robertson Arena, and admission will be by donation. There's other ways you can support this really important cause too. You can go online, lrhf.ca/donate, and make a donation that way. And they also have a number of auction items online right now, so you can stop by that website and place bids on those great items. And there's a lot of Edmonton Oilers tickets that are up for auction, and all proceeds going to the fight against cancer. That important hockey game, it's coming up tomorrow night at the Russ Robertson Arena. There's so many homes in Lloydminster that are decorated with beautiful Christmas lights, and you've got a chance to go on a tour of them. Coming up on Monday night, it's a Twinkle Tour, and there's two different ways that you can take part in the Twinkle Tour this year. You can stop by Musgrave Agencies starting at 6 o'clock on Monday night. You can pick up your map, and then you can head out on your self-guided tour. And also, the first 40 vehicles through their parking lot that evening going to get cookies thanks to the Lloydminster and District Co-op. So you can head out on your self-guided tour, enjoy those delicious cookies. The other way you can enjoy the Twinkle Tour this year is online, musgraveagencies.com. You'll be able to log on and from the comfort of your own home, watch that Twinkle Tour virtually. It's coming up on Monday, so make sure you check it out. And coming up on Monday afternoon, you'll get into the Christmas spirit when you check out a great show right here at the Legacy Centre in Lloydminster. It's Christmas with the Lloyd Minstrels. Showtime is 2 o'clock on Monday afternoon. Admission, it'll be by donation. And they're suggesting that your donation could be a non-perishable food item that will go to the Salvation Army Food Bank. Everyone is welcome to join them and get into the Christmas spirit. Well, whatever you choose to do this weekend, we hope you stay safe and stay healthy.
What's Happening is brought to you by Northern Factory Workwear, Circle Drive East, Saskatoon, and Highway 17 South, Lloydminster.
Furniture set and design supplied by Furniture Gallery and Furniture House, downtown Lloydminster.
Well, Lawrence, thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. It's an absolute pleasure to get you on today. Now, you are an award-winning artist at a PEI, a great country one that I've gotten to know over the last couple of years. But tell us a bit more about yourself and your music.
Yeah, so thanks for having me on. I'm Lawrence Maxwell from PEI, and I started my music journey, I guess, whenever I was 19 years old. I was in the Navy at the time and picked up a guitar when I was in port, and there's a guy in the ship that was singing songs, and I just kind of fell in love with the idea that, you know, this is something that I can do to pass the time when I'm out there. But you know, eventually getting back to PEI and leaving the service, I was able to meet up with some other musicians and just started writing my own stuff, and I found that that was my way into music. So the country genre has always been very like close to my heart, and that seems to be, whenever I open my mouth, that's what comes out, is kind of this country tone. So yeah, I've been writing I guess 2 albums that were up for nomination and won the Music PEI Awards and the ECMA, and then I just released my 3rd album earlier this year. And yeah, looking forward to the new Christmas season, first time releasing Christmas music this year too. So
That's for sure. I'm very excited to talk to you all about Christmas things and about Christmas morning coffee, the song that you just came out with a couple of weeks ago, which is gorgeous, by the way. Now, I've noticed that you do have your Christmas decorations up. So let's talk about a Christmas in your household. What is an East Coast Christmas like for you?
well, I guess for me, it's always been a little bit different because I mean, the song that I released, Christmas Morning Coffee, it kind of touches on the experience of my parents separating. And when you have 2 different households and you're kind of moving around a lot as a younger kid, like Christmas is always a little bit different. But I guess the one thing that is constant is you know, the love and the family and the food and getting together. So there's more of that, which, you know, is definitely a positive. But I think in the song, I kind of touch on some of like the harder emotions that go along with that too. But I mean, I'm just very lucky, I guess, in the sense that I do have a great big family that I'm able to see, because I know, you know, for a lot of people, it's not always the case. So the East Coast Christmas, yeah, it can get rowdy for sure. But personally, I like a chill Christmas, playing some Scrabble, eggnog, and just just hanging out, listening to some music.
Now you have this gorgeous new Christmas song out yourself, but what is your favorite Christmas song that you love to listen to?
Wow, there's so many, aren't there? I love the Alan Jackson Christmas album. Like the Let It Be Christmas is just a beautiful song. I sang that one with my dad last year, and we're doing a house concert actually at his place, so we're gonna get to sing a few there too. Um, I'd say right now it would be that one, and also George Strait, Old Time Christmas. Those would be my top two.
Your song, Christmas Morning Coffee. You touched on it a couple of minutes ago, of course, but let's go deeper into the meaning of it because it's a bit of a letter to yourself, from my understanding.
That's correct. Yeah, it's kind of in a sense, it's me kind of holding the hand of, my 8-year-old self is kind of how I see it. When you're writing a song like that, you don't always recognize the direction that it's going in, but it makes itself pretty clear as you're going along, like what it is. Um, so yeah, it kind of just touches on the earlier years of having my family separating and then losing, some loved ones that were really important figures in our family, and just those emotional periods throughout the holidays when it's like the highest of highs, but it can also bring out the some of that pain, just when you miss the family unit, or you miss the people that aren't there. And so I think this song was, in a sense, for me, a way to go back and kind of heal some of those memories, because you think you've gotten past things, but really, like, it kind of makes up your character as you go through life. So it was just a way to kind of, yeah, heal some of that, and maybe find something that someone else could relate to. I know there's a lot of people in the same experience or a similar experience. So I thought it was time, and it was an appropriate song to put out in the holidays when you don't normally hear that message.
It's a beautiful song. The first time I listened to it, I'm sitting here in the studio thinking, wow, what a gorgeous written song. And I know everybody's going to want to hear this song. So, last but not least, here, Lawrence, where can everybody find out more about you, and where can everybody get your music?
Yeah, so I have a website, lawrencemaxwell.com. I'm on Instagram and Facebook, and I have a music video for this song as well, so they can check that out on my YouTube. But yeah, other than that, I'm going to be hopefully doing a bit more touring around in the new year. So if you want to keep in touch, or if you want to stay posted where I'm at, you can just follow me on any of those platforms, and hope to see you at a show or something down the road.
So fun. Love it. Can't wait to see where 2023 takes you. Well, thank you so much for joining me this afternoon.
Ask the children how they're doing. Christmas morning, coffee's brewing.
And now it's time for us to see who's taking home a Pet Pad gift card. We saw lots of cute pets this week, lots of Christmas theme, and something we've been seeing the past couple of weeks. And congratulations, Gussie. See, we're keeping with that Christmas theme. Connie will be in contact with you on Monday to let you know how you'll be able to pick up and claim your Pet Pad gift card. Congratulations. And that does it for our show on this Friday night. Thank you for joining us all week, and we'll see you again on Monday.